Orientation is locked. Okay, we're gonna have to stop this. Okay, I got the notification that I'm live, but I'm trying to get this to work. Okay, because I must have set something not right. Okay, for everyone who's here, how's it going? I'm trying to get over some technical glitches here because I think I accidentally set up the orientation of this to be the wrong way. So, hello everyone. So I'm gonna kind of have to carry my equipment sideways. Okay. So right off the bat, here I am, all bundled up. It is a cold night. It is 43 degrees. You can definitely see my breath. Okay. So glad you guys are here to join me. This is going to be a interesting little hike. We're here at the Indian Mound, the beautiful night that we have. Let me see if I can get over here. I'm on the old bridge at first. We have a full moon, freeze warnings, no wind, and also not a cloud in the sky. Okay, so again, we're doing an investigation. If you see something, you hear something, definitely say something because you guys are my backup here. Okay. All right. Hello, Nancy. Now I got everything kind of sideways, so I'm probably not going to stream. I am probably not going to turn on. I'll have the thermal turned on, but I probably will not record for that because I screwed up something on this, and instead of resetting it, we're just going to roll with it. You got to remember, I'm kind of a rookie at this. So we'll use the thermal so we can find stuff. And let's get into this. Okay. So last time I was down here, it's been about a month. Okay. This is the place I consider, this is like, this place and one other place are considered like my home areas. Okay. And this is the place that got me into camping. And last time I was here, something very, very much surprised me that happened. Okay, I've run into a lot of wildlife down here, but I had rocks thrown at me the last time, which was the first time since the early 90s that I'd had rocks thrown at me down here at night. So that was very much abnormal. Okay, you're gonna hear trains in this, unavoidable, and we're by a highway too, Route 7. So we're gonna end up hearing some of the traffic noise. I'd like to give you guys all the background, what we're walking into. This is a loop trail, and we may walk onto the other side there if time permits. And again, I apologize. My setup is not, I did not set this up so it would record horizontally, which is operator error. So just crank the flashlight up and start getting into some of these areas. Water level's pretty high. We will be hearing the river some too. just a little background here. We're in extreme northeast Ohio, Conneaut, Ohio, okay, which is also known as the Snow Belt. October for us means it's a fishing season, okay, as the steelhead and the salmon start running, and hunting season, okay, and bow season is in full swing. And I do believe that a lot of the deer know that Indian Mound Park is a no hunting area. And I believe a lot of the wildlife will push over into these no hunting areas. So, alrighty. That being said, I think once we get away from some of the freeway traffic, see, there is our old bridge that I was just on. Yeah, I do need to get some trail cams and set them up for some of these areas. I do a lot of prep work for my equipment, and then when I get here, it just seems like it messes up anyway. So something else cool about this place, again, this property was the first settled in Conneaut. Right up above here, it's hard to see from there, but you can see the full moon above it. Right up above on this hill is City Cemetery, one of the oldest in the state of Ohio, founded in 1804. Ohio became a state in 1803. This property was first settled by Aaron Wright in 1798. Aaron Wright found some incredibly historic things down here on this property. Mass Indian graves up on top of that hill, the Indian Mound, which will go on to part of it, and several other grave sites around here. And interesting thing that he found was a bronze spearhead that was made like super strength. Like what shouldn't have been capable of being made. And the way that they had their mound and the grave sites should not have been possible. The Indians that lived here at the time of Aaron Wright's settling said they did not know who made the mounds. They called them the ancient ones. Well, giants were found in these properties and across the river. Giants that were so big the skulls fit over top of human heads. I got to see some of the archaeological dig photos from 1972. I know I'm doing a lot of talking here at first, but we're going to try to get into this. And boy, is it cold out. So again, apologize. I did not set this up for horizontal. Now, I do want to say to one of my viewers, Holly, messaged me and said her mother had just passed away in March, and her father is near death from cancer. And my heart goes out to Holly, who's been a loyal subscriber and just a all-around good person. And I wanted to mention her. So if you see Holly in the comments at any time there, remember my channel here, we believe in Jesus and we believe that prayer works. So please Lift up Holly in your prayers because she is caring for her father who's dying of cancer. So say hello to everyone. I appreciate you being here. I'm going to be, as most of you guys know, I'm not the best multitasker, which is definitely why I need your guys' eyes and ears. Hello, everyone. Hello. Thank you for joining. Okay. It's this is unique because I'm trying to look at my thermal side from sideways. The thermal camera, I have it sideways. It still works that way. I'm just not recording off of it. Okay. I definitely, this looks like a kind of a game trail here. We're gonna wander off a little bit. I'm usually on the path type of person, but let's go over here and see if we can get ourselves into any kind of trouble. Now, some of this is washed down over here. You see how this all is? This flooded. Our last rainstorm, we had a big rainstorm, and you can see this is all tamped down because of how it flooded down here. In the wintertime, this will all be ice chunks. Ooh, I just heard a knock. That was strange. And I do want to wander back to the main path here soon. But I am trying to, and there went the thermal. Okay, stuff was not made to be held that way, so. I'm kind of holding it in a different manner than what I would normally. Okay, and trying to fix this stuff on the fly is not really a good idea, so it will probably fall off again. Hello, Heather. Appreciate you all being here. Okay. I'm gonna head back down to the main path. Guys. Again, I plan for everything to go perfectly, but then it just doesn't. Make one mistake. Okay, guys, just hang with me here a minute because I'm going to try and put stuff away. I hear, what's weird is I hear a four-wheeler for some reason close by. I do get a little nervous about that. Okay, I have stuff just giving me fit here, the equipment-wise. Okay, so I'm having to tuck things away. Thermal just had to go, and now I'm appreciate you sticking with me. You guys hear that noise? What the heck is that? Now, if you understand the direction I'm facing is south, away from things. Can you guys hear that noise? I don't know what that is. Again, because of, I don't have a thermal camera anymore. So thermal camera is down because the equipment just decided it's going to do everything to fight against me tonight. Which that stinks. If I had a third hand, we would have all that stuff together. And I am still hearing that noise. And I can't make out what it is. So I do not believe I have done a night hike. Oh, that's what I kept feeling, something hitting against me. My cord for my flashlight came unplugged, which is a no-go. I have to fix that or my flashlight will die quickly. Okay, so that noise has stopped, but I don't know. I'll have to play that back and see if I can tell what it is. Now, I think I said on my last video how clumsy and awkward I am. Didn't used to be. I just, for some reason here, trying to operate this equipment has been something that has been out of my norm. Yeah. This is a beautiful place back here. It's kind of annoying the heck out of me that I don't have the thermal running. I don't know if you can understand, but I literally, it's not going to Yeah, equipment gremlins. That's exactly what happens. And if you don't have like 2 or 3 extra hands, it makes it real difficult. So again, we got freeze warnings. Again, I'm having all kinds of equipment issues, so I'm actually holding the camera by my hand, just my hand, nothing. And the thermal camera, which before wanted to fall off, now refuses to come off. So I can at least try to position it to where I could use it some of the time. So I got the river on the right side of me, which is the north side. Again, full moon above me. And I know the river's making its sounds because the water level's higher right now, but it's kind of creeping me out because I'm hearing little noises. Yeah, and multitasking has always been a weak point for me to begin with. So it seems like every video I will go through all of this work prepping stuff, and then I will get out here and things will fall apart. Because if I could for a minute here, if I could possibly get this to stay put. Okay, I could try and get the thermal camera. Okay, we're gonna flop the camera around here so you can see me for a second, if it'll stay, and then I can try and get the thermal camera. Okay. So what I'm doing here is, and it is cold, so I got all my winter gear on. I'm getting the thermal camera ready. There goes another train. That's one thing there's a lot of around here is trains. Okay. Hold on a second. Okay. This way you can see the thermal. Because there will be no thermal video for this one, unfortunately. And so we'll just kind of keep that handy. And we've got to carry on here. Every now and then we'll stop and take a look around with the thermal. Now these trains are loud down here. unfortunately echoes through the valley. We're down. Somebody attached a little spring coil onto the sign. Now there's a bunch of background noise here from the highway and the train, but I'd swear I heard a rock hit through the trees over here. Let me see if I can. Okay. Let's take a look around with the thermal. Okay, so yeah, I have two of my hole punchers. Okay, my two favorite things to collect: hole punchers, okay, and flashlights. However, since I'm also married, hole punchers are more expensive, so I end up having more flashlights than hole punchers. Okay. But I literally got enough flashlights for a whole crew to come out with me. But I do have, two with me, and one of them is now covered up by my camera stick, unfortunately. My 10mm is. I have the 9 at the ready. I just swear I heard something else go through the woods there, like a stone or something. So, okay, so I also, I seen some eye shine up here along the river, straight ahead. Right there. We got some kind of critter in the water there. Now we do have river otters, and we also have those fisher cats that would be out doing that. Maybe some raccoons as well. And I got a lot of spider webs. So I'm gonna try and get over there because I'm looking at my light and I can't see them. And unfortunately, when you're doing lives, you can't zoom in. But he's wandering off on the side over here. Where'd he go? He went behind that log. Let's see. I'm neglecting this area here. And I'll do that when I see an animal. I'll go running over to the animal. So something about me, I guess you would say that would be different from the cameraman and crew's thing is I love finding the wildlife. They're not a nuisance to me. That's one of my primaries, is to find them. I like documenting them, seeing what we find. It was over right around here. And again, I can't zoom this in on a live. Unfortunately, with the live, once you start, there's no way to change anything without ending. You guys have been, a lot of you guys here have been with me for a little bit, watching me grow from, I mean, I'm still an amateur at this, but from a total amateur who didn't know how to edit videos into someone who is now doing live streams. You guys have been there with me, watching me grow up on this. And as you can see, I had a long way to go still. I would say, wait, there he is. There he is, right there. Can you guys see him? You guys can barely see him, it looks like. But I can't tell what it is. He's sitting up watching me. Where'd he go? Where'd he go? Where? Right there. Okay. That is either, it's like a size of a cat or a raccoon, or I can't tell what it is. He's not moving. And his eyes are just lit up. So it's something I wish I could zoom in on, because we'd have a better view. He took off. Oh, he's over there. He's still there. Right there. Center of that square. But he's staying down looking at me. It's a smaller. They say something about the size of a raccoon. But can't tell exactly what it is. I think if I had the zoom for the camera, I probably would have been able to hone in and had a better look. So, thank you guys that you confirming that you've seen the eyes shine. Again, let's see if we can't hit the thermal a little bit here. Okay. Okay. I do got a small hit on the thermal straight in there. Let me hit the light. Somewhere over this way I was getting a small hit, but it was low to the ground to keep my eyes peeled. just heard a knock. Seriously, you guys, I don't know if you heard that or not. Definitely. Good. Thank you, Sharon. Which Sharon, by the way, on one of my last thermals spotted another animal that me and John completely missed. And there's a lot of spider webs out here for being so cold. Yeah, because I said I keep hearing the noises. Something's staying back from me, but making some noises, which would probably be communication noises, which would mean to say that there's probably two. I'm just seeing a cameraman just messaged me and said he's home from his hike. And he had a pretty darn scary adventure. We was down with some of the guys from Michigan. And he had like a branch thrown at him. Oh, and you say, what can bend a tree at that angle? I'm not sure. I would like to say that I knew how that happens, but I don't. How some of these trees get bent over like that, like this one, I have no clue what makes it bend like that. Like, look at how this one arches over the pathway and it looks like it wraps around. Okay. So, and I'll show you, there's another tree over here where it literally is like laying across the ground for like 20 feet and then goes up in the air. I can't explain how that stuff happens. Okay. Now, if you look over this way, you'll see a couple faint lights. Those are the lights from Center Road Cover Bridge, which, again, that's like my backyard. That's how close I am to my home. There's a spot where we get over here where you can see the lights from my neighborhood. That's why I say this is my home area. And this is when I started doing this because I was patrolling this area and some other ones with the Metro Park officer. There was someone who was illegally digging down here. And ran into, I had to chase off them and keep homeless people from setting up camps in here. But one of the things I found is somebody has carved, dude, I'm here, I just heard another knock. Okay. You can see some of the storms broke down some of these big trees. So somebody has actually carved out new paths that trespass onto the people that own the entirety of the Indian Mound. Imagine hearing the noise of that thing snap. And this place, I'm so used to having that thermal. This place, I usually will find the animals on the thermal first. Now that is a train in the train yard. You can see that's coming from the north where the train yard is. Okay. So this is the part we start to go up onto we start the descent up onto one of the Indian Mound is literally shaped like an arrowhead, like 3 corners. And we'll go up onto one of those, the corners, the arrowheads. All right, that was weird. I heard something move through the trees around me. So, yeah, these people were digging extensively in heavy wooded areas like this. They dug a hole big enough to fit a car into. I have some videos that show that. Because of my efforts, they have trail cams and like no trespassing signs, and me and the Metro Park Ranger did catch up to them, and we really couldn't prove it was them, but that's who we believe it was, but gave them a pretty stern warning, and got some other people to notice that was happening, and the Metro Parks did something about it and put up those trail cams and the no trespassing signs, and to my knowledge, the digging is stopped. Yeah. Again, this property was the first settled. So they were digging up artifacts from Conneaut's past of the early 1800s. A lot of that stuff that they dug up were these old bottles. Okay, so you see the main path goes this way, and this is one that was literally carved out by people for some reason that don't belong to the Metro Park, and did this of their own volition there. And so we're gonna go up this path that is now not supposed to be here. I did call and report it to the Metro Parks officer, and they don't have the officer anymore, but I reported it to the Metro Parks office, who wanted me to hand over my video of it, to which I said, you can watch it on YouTube. They said, I'm not going to hand you the video. Okay. So this is you can see the river. And across the other side is, just up ahead here is the kids' baseball field. It's called CLYO. It's a baseball field for the kids, a soccer field. Okay. Okay. And here is the tree I was talking about. Look at how this tree is rooted and going across the ground, and then it goes up into the air. So when you say, oh, why does things grow like that? I don't know, but this is probably as weird as you can get that I have seen how a tree is grown. And people have carved into it and graffitied it. Okay, this spot up here, this is around where I had the rock thrown at me. All these paths are not supposed to be here. This whole area has been cut out by somebody illegally. Okay. And they have paths going, and I'll show you. We're on the arrowhead corner of the mound. You see they have trails going back here. Yeah. So they dug these trails to go further up onto the mound, and I said I've checked where the property records end, and it's like right up past this. So this is a trail that is not supposed to be here. And you see they carved it along the edge. Got spiders over here. Okay, these suckers need to go away. Spiders, that is. So something about this area, the snow belt. Well, you see the path keeps going up there, and that's off of the Metro Park property. So I met the people that own that. They're nice people, and I don't want to go onto their property without their permission. But, okay, Northeast Ohio, we're in an area called the Snow Belt. Okay, we get after the first freeze, which we're supposed to have tonight, okay, we usually get a thing called Indian Summer. Sure, some other areas get it too, but it's a stretch of 3 to 5 days of beautiful warm weather after a freeze, and we'll usually get 1 or 2 of these before it's all snow and cold. So that's one of the things when I see we're getting a freeze, why I'm like excited is I know we have an Indian Summer coming up around the corner here. Now, I'm just trying to think of the work it takes to do these paths. Okay. See, this is where I would have, if I'd have stayed on the main path, this is where I would have come out right up to here. And you can see we got the sign saying that way. You can see my breath. It's cold. That's one of the things I love about this flashlight. This flashlight burns hot. It warms up my hand. So my left hand is like nice and toasty. Okay. I want to, if I can here, scan around with the thermal. Okay. 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 Yeah, I do like to know a lot of the places I go. I like to do history and background on them. I set the thermal away. Initially, when I started out, that's what a lot of I was going to be doing was talking about some of the history of the areas where I hike, and everything kind of went out the window when I had a sighting, for lack of better words. Look at, just gonna see that right here. That looks creepy, but I think it's just a stump. $55 degrees. Yeah, yeah, we're running at somewhere. When I got out and started, we were at 43 and it was dropping. Yeah, see, look at this creepy stump here. Sorry, I was hearing something that almost sounded like a howl for a second. So my flashlight is so hot that it's starting to make steam come off of it. Okay, let's move up. And again, I'm kind of blind without that thermal. Now, something kind of interesting, I don't know, at least to me it's interesting, because I know the history. Now, as a teenager, I used to come down here and camp out in these woods. Over here was a cornfield, and had been a cornfield since Aaron Wright cleared it back in the early 1800s. And it was a cornfield all the way up until 1996. And so everything that you see grown over here started growing in 96. And you can see it's a big, thick forest now. But this all used to just be a cornfield. This Indian mound here is on like a kind of a horseshoe looking section of the Conneaut Creek. And we're cutting back and forth across that horseshoe. Just to give you kind of an idea of what we're doing. So again, as a kid, this area was my playground. And again, this area over here, you can see with bigger trees, had been forested for decades. And I said this side, I mean, it has a lot of thorns growing up in it, but it's literally a former cornfield. It's amazing to see how fast it grew. I just seen a little mouse scurry up that tree. I don't see where he went. I can definitely see the game trails through here. Sorry, I'm trying to read some of your comments. Yes, about the other mounds. Conneaut's is unique, pretty unique from some of the other ones. And again, if you look up pretty much all of the Mormon story, they took all of that information and stuff that was found from Conneaut, Ohio, had the guy who collected it, Solomon Spaulding, had him killed, took all of his information and changed the location and made it the Book of Mormon. But literally all of that stuff came from here in Conneaut. Hello, Scott. Hey, how's it going? Glad you're here. Okay. So for all you guys who stuck with me through all the equipment failures, I want to say thank you and God bless you. And guys just joining, the first part of this was pretty much one equipment failure after another for the first 20 minutes or so. And I honestly think if I had that thermal going, I may have caught some more, at least animals. Okay. Just trying to see what that is. There's not supposed to be any. That looks like it's a chewed up black walnut. Now it is starting to get late. I was hoping on a weekday that some of that freeway traffic would die down. Scott, we're in Ohio, Conneaut, Ohio to be exact, which is Ohio's sharpest corner. It's where Lake Erie and the Pennsylvania border meet. That should hopefully give you a pretty good exact location of where I'm at. And we're following along at Indian Mound Park along the Conneaut Creek. And I've asked if I've ever seen a dog man. My short answer to that is no, but I have also experienced a bunch of stuff that I cannot explain. I'm trying to look and see through there. There's a lot of stuff that has happened. I have literally no explanation for why it happened. And I'm near, you can see back here, that is the fence going around one of the gas wells, natural gas wells, and you can smell the natural gas. If you heard me sniffing, that's why I'm like, 'cause like I can smell that natural gas. And I do hear a Norfolk and Western train. You can tell they move much slower through the town because they have the train station here. Canute, yeah. A lot of people have pronounced it. And it's literally off of the tribe that was in here that named it. Was a branch off of the Iroquois Indians, and its original spelling had some G's in there, and English-speaking Americans trying to translate some of the Indian names translated it as Conneaut. Okay, yeah, I've heard about some interesting things in Georgia, too. My understanding of dogman, well, I don't necessarily think, around Ohio, okay, you know, because terms Bigfoot, Sasquatch, Yeti, Yowie, around Ohio, we call it the grassman. Okay, I grew up hearing stories of the legend of the grassman. Even in my Ohio history class in school, they taught us about the grassman. Okay. So these things are definitely not your friend, not your buddy. They're, my experience, they can be pretty aggressive. However, they have a timid side to them because they absolutely can be killed. From what I've heard of dogman sightings, they have a lot to do with some very evil demonic things. Just a little bit more sinister type of sightings. Ooh, I just had a rock hit over there. I don't know if you heard that because there's some train noise. Probably from this direction. Yeah, Iroquois Indian. Yeah, that's, is that what I said, or did I say a different one? I meant Iroquois. Okay. So a little something, I got to use the term for YouTube, hole puncher. I'm a hole puncher enthusiast. Okay, I'm a 4-time combat veteran, now retired. So, while I always love the bigger weapon, the bigger ammo, like right now I have my 9mm is at the ready, and it has buffalo boar grizzly rounds in it. And now buffalo boar are smart. When somebody pops a grizzly bear, with their rounds. They advertise it. Now I got a car back over here. That car just, I just see that car pulling away. That went over by mine and pulled through the stones where I'm parked, which definitely has me a little bit nervous. But, so someone recently just popped a 10-foot grizzly bear with 9mm buffalo bore and killed it with 4 shots. So I can tell you that these are powerful rounds that I have in here, and the 10mm is even more powerful. Okay, here's the second gas well. And I'm definitely nervous because I seen a car pull up by my car earlier and take off. There's all kinds of bangs and noises from the railroad yard. That is probably about a mile, maybe a mile away, maybe a little less from here. Okay, so this is the gas well. And one of the things I wanted to show you over here before I go up and make sure my car's okay, and we got some other areas to explore still, but over here, so you know I'm not yanking your chain about the giants, this right here talks about the giants being found and several of the structures in the area that were found around here. And I did see 1972, they did a dig all along through here, and I got to see some of the photos from the Historical Society. Okay. I'm looking forward to all this vegetation being tamped down by some snow, so I'm able to see things a lot better. Now, if you're talking, yeah, Daniel Boone's. And they actually say that the location of that may have actually been in Ohio. He was along the Ohio River where it happened. But the thing that he noted about that one is where we have a rib cage, this thing had solid bone on its breastplate. Solid bone, and the rifle round just skimmed along the side, around the side. It only did surface damage, didn't penetrate the bone. And Daniel Boone was able to kill it because he scored an eye shot right through the eye socket. But yeah, when he did his autopsy, he tried to put the knife through the breastplate and it wouldn't go. So, however, 10mm buffalo bore will go through that bone. I've tested it. They'll go right through a grizzly skull and skewer the brain come out the other side. Okay, this back here is the area where the illegal digging happened, and as you can see, they have the signs up for it now, and trail cameras back there. I just had something land next to me there, but I can't see what it was, but something just landed by me there. Jeez. Ah, right back here I got eye shine. I can't zoom in on it because of the live stream. I can see its head though, it's a deer. Straight right there is a deer. And I love finding these guys, as you know. So the deer that stay over here are really smart. There's no hunting over here. If they cross the street and go into Hogsback, there's hunting there. They stay here or on the over next to my house, center road, they're safe. And I think they know that. And I got one bedded down right here. Boy, I wish this zoomed in. All the things that this will do, it will not zoom in, because I got a perfect shot of this guy's head. And I don't know if you guys can see it or not, but I can see him clear as day. I'm gonna see if I can stir him up. There, he's looking dead at me. Let's see if I can get him to move here. Right there, see it getting up? Now she moved on over in through there. And I'm hearing coyotes now too, over top of the freeway traffic. Okay, let me get back onto the main path here. So I heard a coyote over this way. Okay. So we're back up to the front here. And there is a little bit on this other side that we can go to. I know we're starting to stretch this out a little long. So, all right, back out safe by the highway. And doesn't look like my vehicle's damaged. But I wanted to have a boat, kayak ramp here. And I wanted to just go down there and check this. Now, I think I've mentioned this bridge in particular. This bridge is named after one of my friends, Sergeant Cole Walker, who died in a training accident in the Army when his armored carrier tipped over. Cole Walker died trying to save some of his teammates as the water was pouring into their vehicle. Instead of saving himself, he went back for his teammates and saved them. In the process, he died. So, him being a hero, they named this bridge after him. Okay. So, I want to thank you guys for joining me for the live stream. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Have to iron out some of the bugs for next time. And since I don't have a thermal video out, I'll just try and put out a main video tomorrow. I took someone who's a little more stable down to Tinker's Hollow with me. My friend John. I was in the last one. I took him down there, and we had another scary, creepy night. And I'll probably put that video out tomorrow. So you guys are awesome. Thank you for coming with me. Now, as you can see, tires aren't popped, thank God. I was worried about it when I heard I can see the tracks where that car come in there and skidded, peeled out in the stones. Okay. Thankfully, it didn't do anything to my car, so. Okay. So, alrighty. From the wilderness of Conneaut, Ohio, along the Conneaut Creek and the creepy Indian Mound on the full moon night. This is T-Mac for T-Mac's American Experience. Saying God bless you guys. I love you. Thank you for staying with me. Thank you for coming with me. Being my backup on this. And stick with me, guys. I promise you I'm going to improve. So I'll be trying to get some better equipment for holding this here. All right, guys. Love you all. You have a wonderful evening. God bless you. Pray for Holly. Okay? And you see her in the comments. Okay? Please make sure that you say something nice to her. Okay? Tell her you're praying for her. Okay? And the stuff that she's going through. Okay? All right. And on that note, we're going to say goodbye and God bless you.